Okay, so I am going to be recording the meeting, and then I'll put it in the Facebook group so that all of us that are related who can't make it can at least participate in and can watch it
Oh,
later.
pretty much.
So I have four. I guess I need to. I don't know if I need to answer. I would be five. So I'm at right now. There's only 7 people. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep the poll up. Hopefully, other people will, as they come in, they will be able to answer. So I'll tell you right now, according to the poll so far, there are 3 Wootens, 4 Wootens, 1 Hooten, well, 2 Hootens, because I'm a Hooten,
Mm-hmm.
and there is 1 Warlick. Mm, that surprised me.
Warlick, where did that name come
That
from?
was
Where did that name come from?
don't you're getting ahead of the conversation tonight.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, let me go.
So that's all
Right.
right. So these are the core surnames that I discovered in the last month or so with that's related to us. So I'm just gonna get started, and if you guys see somebody that's pops up, let me know since I don't have a co-host. And I didn't turn off automatic where they should have been able to just join. So I'm gonna be doing some back and forth. So all right, so let me know when you can see. You,
I can see
I see it. Right.
yeah,
I
going
see
in.
a PowerPoint
Yes,
presentation.
yeah, that's what we're trying to see. Okay, so basically, slideshow. Okay, here we go. Is it touching your graphics? Are we? Okay, there we go. All right. So the goal of this project is breaking through our brick walls, as we know. Hooten, Wooten, Leslie, Harper, and Wood. And we're going to talk tonight about how we are related to all of these surnames. And so here we go. All right. So what I like to preface, of course, is DNA don't lie, it verifies. So we definitely are coming into a time where we're realizing that DNA is helping us break through those walls that Charles mentioned that we already know we experience. So I wanted to share this picture, some of the people in the group that are part of my Facebook group. So the beautiful woman on the top, on the right side, is my grandmother. And just this month, in the last couple of weeks, digging through using DNA and looking at trees, and really the quest for me is to find my lost ancestors due to slavery. And so I tripped over this photo, which is Lucretia and Earl. Lucretia is a Wanamaker, and Earl and her husband is an Earl. And so I looked at this photo in a tree that I was building, and I was just floored, shocked, and in awe. I was like, my God, this is like looking at my grandmother's mother. She is her 3rd great grandmother. So the beauty in that for me was that, hey, I'm doing this because sometimes we know we got to go backwards to come forward. To be able to find a photo that had been captured in of someone born in the 1850s is astounding. So these are the things that drives us to want to keep pressing forward. Okay. So we know that we're related across many states. Virginia, North and South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, and more. This is just from the slave era research. This is not the post 1870 connections that we have. So, how it all began for me, I just wanted to share how all of a sudden these names became prevalent for me. So, this is my 4th great grandmother. Her name is Agnes Hooten Wooten Harper. I gave her all of those names because for me, I needed to pay attention to these names when I was researching. Okay. So the first set was 2 children she had who took the name Hooten, Willie Ann Hooten George Washington Hooten. Then she had my third great grandfather. He actually took the name Wood, Alexander Wood. Then within the last month or so, I've discovered that this Leslie name, and this kind of came about from, you'll see later where it came about, but I was like, okay, I got to throw the name Leslie on here too. Who is this Leslie people? And how are they connected? And then Harper. So when she became free, or just probably around emancipation or later, she actually remarried. She took the name Harper. She married a man named Alfred Harper. Okay. So we're going to start with the Wooten, Hooten, sweet connection of how we're related. So this is a chart that's showing, on the left is the Wooten Hooten. So there's a gentleman named Edward Wooten, born 1771 in Virginia. He died in Tennessee. My bad, Tennessee wasn't on the map. So he died in Tennessee. Now, Edward had a son named William. So the yellow one on the left is his son, William. William Lloyd Wooten was born 1810. He had other children, but this is about how we are connected through DNA through these names. And the goal is to...
Excuse me, can you blow that up, please? Enlarge that.
There you go.
So now you got me going to the presentation, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, so hold on.
There we go.
That's
That's better. Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the Wooten, Edward Wooten. Now there are other names, there are other sets of families, but right now this is about what I was able to discover. Okay. So Edward Wooten had a son named William Wooten. However, Edward, connected with the slave, have not identified her name, had my grandmother, my fourth great grandmother, Agnes Hooten. So now we went with the switch of the names from Wooten to Hooten, and she was born in 1805 in Georgia. Then Edward had a son, Hamp Hooten, through this slave, and he was born 1816. Now there's more children, but this is about who I was able to find DNA proven connections with. Then so Edward is the father. The son, William, decided he wanted to live his life separate. So he actually married with and had in the home a woman named Sarah Sweet, and she was a free person of color. In 1795 was when she was born. And through Sarah, he had these three children. Rena, Rena, and then Rena had a son named William C. Sweat, also a free person of color, in Greenville, South Carolina, where he was born. It'd be helpful if I spell right. And then Fanny Wooten Lottie Wolford. So these were the surnames that her children took over the years. And what I'm showing here is, under Agnes, the people that are in our Facebook group, in the Gedmatch group, which is Delbert and Eric P., we are related through Agnes. Tiffany, who's here tonight, she is related from Hamp. Then under William, his son, Norris, someone I found DNA through Ancestry related, Beverly, and all of these other names were Gedmatch proven. Darren, Michael, Chris, etc., because there is a lot more people. I'm waiting for them to share their Gedmatch numbers. I'm waiting for them to tell them how they're related to me. And then under Fanny is someone I found DNA Gedmatch connected named John P. So just from the Hooten side, everyone in the group, these are the ones that I've been able to find connected to Wooten and Hooten. Okay. So now we'll take a look at, this is just showing that Rena is also a child, and Rena took the name Harper from her father. So that's where under Agnes, we have Rena Harper. And then she took the name Scott. She had a child we'll later see. So for Alexander, so as over the years, I was able to find Alexander. I found his wife, Mariah, and they had a daughter named Melissa who married a Fitzpatrick in Bullitt County, Alabama, in Montgomery area. But now in their home in 1870, there is this name of Alec Wood. So this is where, for me, the Wood name came from. So Agnes now had children by Hooten. She had children by someone named Wood that I had to try to find and figure out. And then by 1880, in George's home, we have Agnes living. So that's how I found that son of Hooten. But then we have Rena, who took the name Harper, which means she was a child of Alfred. But then we have a Henry Jones, who's mulatto. So that means I'm looking for someone with the name Jones. However, he actually, looking at this census of 1880, he changed his name to Leslie or Leslie. So that was how this Leslie name came about. And so it was like, okay, the name is actually Leslie. Who is this person? So Agnes had children by Leslie, Hooten, Leslie and Hooten, at least in Harper. But Harper is later for me because she married a black man and they had a daughter. And then what this is showing is just, oh, and then there's another Leslie, and in that Leslie home, by the surname of Leslie, there was an African-American or mulatto named Turner Leslie and his wife, Emily, and they were mulatto and had children. So now I'm focusing on, like I said, the Leslie surname. And this was in, where are we at? We are in the state of, this is Alabama, Madison. So it's not Montgomery, it's not Bullock. This is Madison County, Alabama, where Emily and Turner were living, and they were all mulatto. So we know that says that someone white, we just have to figure that out. And then I realized when I looked at the census recently, because I just discovered this in the last couple of weeks, all of these names are Leslies, all black or mulatto. So there's more Leslies that I need to define. Okay. So now we're going to look at the name Warlick. So the name Warlick came about as we look at this chart here. So in my conversations on the Facebook group, Evelyn Leslie, we're going to focus on her husband's pedigree tonight. Evelyn's husband, she shared the relationship between her husband and his brother. So under the Warlick name, there was a Daniel Warlick, born 1738, had a son named Daniel, born 1773. He had a son named Daniel IV, born 1812. Daniel had a daughter named Catherine Warlick, who married a Campbell. And this Catherine, her daughter, Paula E. Leslie, married a Leslie. So Catherine's daughter, Paula, who was a Campbell, married a Leslie. So this is the Caucasian, the white family. The Warlicks and the Leslies right now are the white families. So Karen Langford, who was on the phone, who's on the meeting tonight, this is her line. This is her direct line. So now we're trying to connect the Leslies, as I started to learn that Karen is a descendant of Warlicks, but we're DNA to Karen as well. So as I started focusing on how are we related to Karen and looking at the Leslies, what I was able to discern or research, Angus Leslie was born 1780. Angus Leslie had a son named John Leslie, born 1816 in North Carolina. John got with the slave. John had a son named Thomas Leslie. And this line, Thomas got with the slave, and that's Sharon Morgan's line, the Century line. So Sharon Morgan is our actual cousin. So she is the owner of, I think, Our Black Ancestry, the website ourbblackancestry.com. And she's been featured in many Roots Tech conversations because she's been in this game as long as Emily and I. I always throw Emily under the bus because she is my big cousin for life. We've been in this game 35, 30 plus years, and she's been here that long. So Sharon Morgan is a descendant of this Thomas Leslie line. So the question was, how are we relating to all of these people? So then John Leslie had a son, John Daniel Leslie, and Evelyn's husband, Harvey, and his brother is where their line falls. So this is showing the connection between Hooten, Wooten, Warlicks, and Leslie. Okay? And this was just showing that Angus had his son John, and then Emily, and I found that I was related to Emily because of ancestry and DNA through DNA matches. And this was okay. And so this one here is John Leslie. So for instance, this John Leslie died in 1863. So he could not have been the father of Thomas Leslie because he was born 1845. He could have been, but he wasn't. So my belief, no. What I was saying was Angus died 1834. Trying to figure out how are we related to the father? Are we related to a son? Angus died 1834, so we couldn't be related through Angus. So it would be a son, which would be John. It could be a different son, depending on these lines. But the goal is, how do we make this make sense? And because we are related to John's children, Harvey and John Jr., that's what makes me believe that it's under John Leslie, which would be Sharon's descendantry line through Thomas. Okay. And then this is Harvey and John Watson under John Daniel and John Leslie line. So this is just showing and bridging the connection between us all. Now, this was my pretty timeline I put together of everybody. Just trying to show how we tied through what I just showed you with these different surnames. And if I had to put it in my own little pedigree chart, it would look colorfully like this. And this isn't so much that you can see it. Again, I broke it up into the little columns, and that would explain it a little bit more. But Edward Wooten is up here. He had children by this slave, and that came all the way down here to Agnes, who would be a descendant of a Wooten. So for me to be related to Wootens, which is up here under Norris, it had to be higher up. So Edward had his son William, which is what I showed. William connected with Rena Sweet, and those children reared Norris and this woman named Beverly Thomas through the Sweet line. So this is bridging that connection to our connection to Norris, who's on tonight. It had to be high up, because how in the world would we be related to Norris if he's, way over here? It had to be from William's father. So I said, okay, we'll start with Edward at a minimum. Then coming down, Agnes had these children, Hamp and Charles and Betsy. Or Betsy is also, these are siblings of Agnes. Hamp, Charles, Betsy are siblings of Agnes. Agnes is my line. Then Agnes had children by Angus Leslie, and that we're carrying on the phone. Harvey, John, these are brothers. Evelyn's husband and brother-in-law is Sharon Morgan, like I showed you. Betsy, over here on the left, far left, had a child, Gabe. Gabe is Tiffany's line. Agnes is my line, and these are all of the children that were under Agnes. and all of the children under them that make us related. So the goal of this conversation was, how are we all related and how do we make this make sense? Now, it definitely can be verified through more further conversations. You guys know more than I know, depending on your ancestor and the stories that you know, depending on the locations. But the goal is, how do we make this make sense? So tonight's deep dive was about the fact that we are all cousins on this call. The question is how. So this is Evelyn and her husband Harvey and their granddaughter. So Harvey actually passed and his brother John passed. So Evelyn is managing their kits in Gedmatch. And so she shared her Gedmatch kits with me in the Bullitt County group. And from that, I threw them over there, and you do Gedmatch. And it either didn't match because it wasn't low enough. But once I put them in our project, I'm DNA to these guys. And even though I had to lower my centimorgans to a 2, this is showing how this makes sense, even though I had to take it to a 2. Okay. So viewing the pedigree charts. So what I try to do is I try to do samples and examples to help us make things make sense in organizing our information. So what I'm going to do now is going to be, I'm going to go directly to, not that page, Delbro. I'm going to go directly to, I had every page up, but what I wanted, Ancestry. And I'm going to look at my tree. So what I'm going to show from my tree, and this isn't so much about you guys seeing my tree, but literally I have been able to bridge so many of my ancestors using Gedmatch, the DNA, and finding family that already have trees, as well as I've been able to build up my tree to about 6 or 7 generations, not through every grandparent, but more recently, I have been blowing the water with all of my ancestors with Gedmatch in the using Gedmatch in the generation. So what I want to show you tonight is going to be, first, when you look at a pedigree of someone's, I love to look at this view. I don't like looking at the vertical view, because now I have so many names. I'm sliding to the left, I'm sliding to the right. I'm like, yeah, no, that's just too busy. That doesn't show me what I need to see. So I love to look at the horizontal view when I'm trying to see how I match you. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click that name, and I just need to see where this person is born or died. I'm looking for a quick glance of where are you, what names make sense. And once I see a name that makes sense, I'm going to click inside of it. Another thing I do when I know I want to start copying this into my tree, I right click and I open this in a whole nother page. And I'll have 2 windows open, my page, their page, and I'll just start copying. And then when I'm done, I go to the next person in line. I figure out where the next person is. I do the same thing, and I add them all the way until I get to that person. So I build my tree with your tree and everything that you had to bring you into my tree. So these are just some tips and tricks on how I try to navigate all the information that I have for the people I'm related to. Then once I look at the pedigree chart, I go in here and I hit print of this view. I want to print this view. You can get to it here, or you can right click and hit print from here. But you're going to want to print that pedigree chart, because visually it's going to show you everything that you need to know when you're trying to match up to these people. And what I will tell you is, in order to see the right pedigree lines, you have to make sure that's the flyout you're looking at. Then you want to print that view. And these 3 dots here on the bottom, it basically is saying, okay, so this is going to extend past Perilee Cope's line onto page 2. So I go in with everyone that I'm DNA with, and I print these up, and I take a highlighter and I follow the line all the way from to the oldest person and to the new person. And then at the top of the page, me personally, matter of fact, here's one right here. I will write the Gedmatch number, whatever information I want to get from that person. The other thing that I do, let me see if I have someone up. Of course I don't. You know what? I'll go back to the person I was looking at. The other thing that I do is after I printed out your pedigree chart, I right click and I print out this page, even if you're not related to me, and I attach that to your pedigree chart so that I can see what your username was in Ancestry, and then I can write whatever notes I need to write that this person is related to me through Leslie and Hooten, and I bring it together, and then I have strong conversations with them once we connect. So one, this is about showing you how to get to the pedigree chart from Ancestry. The other thing many of you have not done, so I have no choice but to show you how to do it here. Again, it's going to be, we need you to add your tree. We need you to add your tree to Gedmatch. Basically, for your tree, you're going to go to tree settings. The two things you want to make sure that you do is you want to make sure you are the home person and that you are that person in the tree. And then you're going to go down here and you're going to export this tree. So for the most part, it's kind of really as simple as that. That's going to download a GEDCOM file, which I need to do. I need to update my new GEDCOM file. Then you're going to come over here to Gedmatch. And you're just going to go over here and add your GEDCOM file. And if you currently have one and you have new information, you're just going to manage it. Click here to manage. And you're going to go in here and delete or upload that GEDCOM file. This is going to let us see your pedigree chart, people, so that we can break through this wall to figure out how we're related to you. So just having your DNA in Gedmatch, you did good, but it's not enough. We need you to add your tree so that we can see you. Then the other thing after you add your tree, what I'll tell you is, this is the group that everyone is in. And after you look at this group, this is Harvey's list. Everyone tonight who is related to Harvey. So I'm going to do a search for Norris, for example. Norris, there you are. Woo. You and Norris, and we're going to go through that later. You are separated by 7 generations, almost 8. So this is why I say to you that we are really all related. The question is how. So once you've uploaded your GEDCOM file, you will see a tree in this column right here, which is basically, fortunately, my problem is page up. I took this all the way down to 2, so it is a lot, but it's going to be grouped by that person, so that's all I needed. So the top is tree. This is most important after the DNA. Then after the tree, the marker is what's important. Most recent common ancestor. Keeping in mind, this is not the only, this is the most current. So if we go back 7 generations, that's because there isn't anyone else. This is where we match. If we're matching sooner, we're definitely going to match at everyone after that. But the most recent common ancestor and the tree are all I want to look at when I'm looking at your profile, because I want to understand how I'm related to you. So Karen Langford tonight is on the call, is on the meeting as well. Evelyn is also, this is the person, her husband is whose pedigree we're going to look at. But once you have a GEDCOM updated, we'll see a tree. So you will see one of 2 things, a tree or a wiki link. And I think Charles has a wiki, so I'll show that what a wiki looks like. So under that, Evelyn has actually uploaded 2 different GEDCOMs. So you can pick and choose which one you want to see. You're going to click on the GEDCOM. You're going to click on that link. And then once you see this information, you'll hit pedigree. There's a paternal at the top and maternal at the bottom. This is money right here. This is how I found so many of you. It's been crazy. Because you either had a tree in Ancestry that I was able to see your line, or you had a tree here in Gedmatch? Okay. Now, a different trick I want to show you is this. Whenever you see this, see the first line, let me blow it up a little more. See the first line, you see this, the arrow to the right, the fly out. So blue is male, red is female. And anytime you see a fly out, that means there's more. There's more generations to even see. So if you click on that, I'll click it. I'll try to click it. It's not going to let me do what I want to do. I'm not going to click it. I'll click it. If you click it, it opens in another tab. And now you get to see more. But then you got to close that tab and come back to the original. But if you change the generation over here and just make it a large number, then you'll be able to hit submit. And now it clears up all of those flyouts and you're able to see all of the generations. So that's just a different way of being able to see the most of the information on a pedigree chart in Gedmatch. Just change the generations and then you'll be able to see it all. Now, the descendants. Let's say I want to see which person I possibly could be related to. So what you want to do in Gedmatch, you want to find the oldest person. And the oldest person is always going to be the last person all the way to the right side. So it looks like from this one, the oldest person she has here is this Sizemore person. Everyone else is in the same column, so they're the same generation. So you'll click the oldest person that you see, and then from there you click descendants. That's how you're going to see everyone that's listed as a descendant. And then you can try to figure out, like I can do a control find for Leslie, and I can just see who in here are all the Leslie surnames. Where are they? Let me see. I think there should be, oh, she won't have Warlicks, because that's her husband. She won't have that. So the goal that you're trying to do is, and I think she said she had Wood. Wood is, that's a county. That's Norwood. She had Wood or Woods. That's another name that I've spoken with her. I know I'm looking for. So I'm going to quickly look for these names that make sense to me, see how they match up. So this is just a very high level, well, very deep dive of just how to get the most out of these tools, especially Gedmatch and the DNA. Okay. So let me make sure I don't have any other chats or anything going, because I see a 3 and I don't know what it's for. Oh, there were chats. Okay, so I'm going to pause for chat. So if there are any questions, I just want to make sure there aren't any questions. Okay.
Wait, I have a question. Can you go back to putting your tree in again? Because I thought
So once you download the tree
Mhm.
from Ancestry or wherever,
Hold on, Maddie.
you're gonna come here. Now this, I think on the right-hand side, there's probably also upload. This is upload DNA. This is the only area I was able to see for the family tree of the Gedcoms. So if you have one, you're gonna hit manage. If you don't, you should have the option there to say upload. And once you upload it, you're going to come in here and you need to enter the information. So for the purpose of tonight, because I do really need, I'm gonna delete mines. Yes, delete this Gedcom. Because I do need to upload a new one.
Oh, okay.
So
So
for you all, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do this. I just blew my tree. So right here is the link. Click here to upload. You upload. So there are some pertinent things. This is how come I'm saying this to you. So I'm going to call it whatever I want to call it. If you manage more than one kit, you got to identify who is the point person. So that's why having the point person in Ancestry is a must. Because I had my oldest ancestor as my point person in my Ancestry tree. And what it did is it made that person the main person. So if you wanted to look at my tree, you saw the wrong person. So that's why you want to make sure you have the right person. No, all my grandparents are not from the same place. Yes, I will agree. Well, do you agree to the following is true? Yes, as much as possible. And I think that was it. Not having a name for the tree will cause you a hiccup or a problem. And actually, I pretty much, on this computer, I don't have a Gedcom file. So once you upload it and you hit upload, now we see your pedigree, your tree. Okay. All right. So this is just showing you the same things. I wanted to make sure you understand how to view and get to those different pedigree views to print them up. So the next thing is the group. So under free tools and ancestor projects, this is where any project that you are a member of, you're going to see. So once you're in ancestor projects, because I'm managing our project, you're just going to click on what group do I want to see the information for. It will, if you've typed different JetCom kits, it'll be in the drop down. Just click it. This is the only place that I've been able to see you can go to a 1, 2, yeah, 1 or a 2, or a 3, because even when you do the free tool and you want to see match 1 or 2 or both, it only will show you 7 centimorgans. So I need to really be able to see that I'm related to you. So being in a project, you're able to look at anyone's. You can look at anyone's pedigree. You don't just have to choose yours. And I'll do a 3 of mine's, and then I'll hit submit. And I'm going to look for Harvey. So now what I know is I'm related to all these other Leslies, right? So Harvey. So I just do, so there's only one Harvey in this whole project with 3 centimorgans. So that's how come for me, I know for a fact, if I want to see me, I need to go lower. But because I know I'm DNA related to these people, it's not nonsense. I'm going to need to go lower. And one thing that I will tell you, because DNA don't lie, if I took it to a 1 and I saw my name nowhere, you better bet this person is not related to me.
Oh, hang on for a second.
Yes,
Can you go
sir.
back to that previous screen?
Oh, for the 3?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. The Wood Ozell that flashed by, I managed that project or that kit.
Oh, which kit?
It's Wood Ozell.
Oh, that's you.
That's me.
So,
It's
so what
not
that
me,
said,
but
you're
it's a
managing
cousin.
it.
I manage it.
Yeah, that person's related to me.
Okay.
So
We're related to Charles?
Yeah,
yes,
sorry.
yes.
Okay.
And
Wait,
I met
All right.
Charles because I was tracking down that couple we saw earlier. They're in South Carolina. And now
wow.
in Alabama, there is Jamaicans and South Carolina in Alabama. So there's that migration thing that occurred. So I reached out to Charles because he was tracking in the tree that was for that Earl family and Wanamaker. And I said, hey, can you share your Gedmatch? He said, sure. But I managed these kids. I threw them in there. I'm kidding him and the kids he's
Yeah.
managing.
That's
Yeah,
right. But
yeah. Did you say Earl?
Yes.
yeah, I do Earl. I'm connected to Earl somehow. I hadn't
Okay.
figured it out yet.
Well, are you related to the Bazelles? Bizell.
Yeah, we're probably related, but I don't know that one either.
Okay, well, go ahead. Okay, all right. But I know the
So,
Earls. I know the
But
and
Earls.
Wood as
that's what this
well.
is about. That's what this is
Okay.
about. And
Yeah,
so there
so
is a name
Wood,
in here. There's a
Wood,
name in here.
Wooten.
Her name is Kanika. Okay, you know what? I have a couple of her books. So there's a woman in our group. Her name is Kathy Lynn Marshall. She wrote 3 books. This is only 2 of them. These are all my cousins. And one of them is a book strictly about the Earls.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, if this is about the Earls, name I don't know, let me buy this book. And I've spoken with Kathy. So the goal in conversation is about how we need to get together and share what we know. And then we need to throw these Gedmatch kits in and see how we're related. So that's the beauty about being in a project. So the conversation that I was having was that this is at 3 centimorgans, and I don't see the Leslies or Harvey. So once I took it to a 2, and then I hit submit in this project. So right now there's 225 kits. I do a control find, and let's look for Harvey. Now there is
Which Gedmatch kit are you using? Which one is
I'm
it?
using my own, my personal one.
What's the number?
HA67.
HA one. Okay, got it. Thanks.
You're
Right.
welcome. Okay. So at 2 Centimorgans, I'm related to Harvey and his brother. There's Harvey, and his brother John is somewhere else on this page. So, and I'm related at 7 Centimorgans, which we're going to talk about very soon. Okay. So this is about how we can't focus on one state, one other state, and the beauty having these trees and Gedmatch to determine where our generation connects. And so this is what helped me to be able to discern when I was showing you the hierarchy. This is saying I need to go back 7 generations. Who is this person in this pedigree chart that I need to be looking at? Because this is how I'm related to everyone else. So that's how I was able to figure that part out, that information out. Okay, so back to the PowerPoint, which I have done all of this. Now we are going to do a wonderful, we've done, see, I talked through all of that. So, okay, so here, looking at the pedigree chart, this is what I want you to see. I'll blow it up a little bit, but you have homework to do. We're going to do an exercise for about 15 minutes. So it can be, I love Gedmatch's pedigree charts only because I can, and ancestries, but I need to see the pedigree chart. So the hidden person, if they're deceased or if they're alive, is number 1. Number 2 is that column. Number 3 is that column. 4, we come in. 5, we come in. So we're following the ticks in the columns. 6, we come in. So now, as I looked at Harvey's pedigree chart, I don't see a 7. I don't see an 8. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out. So what I ended up having to do was I had to go to his tree. You know what I mean? You got to go look at the census and build the information from the census. And you then need to extend it if they don't have that information in their pedigree chart. So this is your homework for the next 15 minutes. You're going to take this Gedmatch ID, or you can take your own. You can take your, in the project, you're going to search for this. Once the page loads, you're going to search for Harvey's kit number. You're going to open up Harvey's pedigree chart. But while you're there, you need to see how many generations in are you from Harvey. So this is your homework, because we are all related to Harvey. You are all related to Warlicks, Leslie's, Wooten, Hootens, few other surnames. So if you, because you are related to him, I'm going to look for Charles, because Charles might not think he related. Where you at? Because you saw us somewhere, right, Charles? Let me just look for us.
That's right. I'm looking at, hang on a second. I'll tell you
There's Kathy
exactly.
Davis.
Yeah, Kathy Davis, and she's the sister of the Wood Uzzell one.
There's Jim,
Oh.
and what was your
You
name?
related to the Davises, Charles?
What?
You related
Yes.
to the Davises?
Yes.
Okay.
But this was coming, I think, out of is it South Carolina?
That was actually that's North Carolina.
Okay. So let me so Nikki has her hand raised. Go ahead, ma'am.
Delbra, I don't have any family from Alabama. My family is from Sumter County, Georgia, which I know is very close to Alabama.
I can't wait.
So I like literally have no idea how I connect, but I wanted to join the meeting because I missed the last one.
What is your so let me go back to the homework, and then Nikki, you and me will work real quick.
Okay.
So again, you're going to take your GEDCOM, do your search, your pedigree search, and take it down to a 2, because you just
Okay,
want to make sure you see it.
Okay. All right, so I'm an old guy, so you're gonna have to walk me through how to load this up.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Free tools at the top.
Wait a minute. Free twos.
So click the menu, says free tools.
Oh, where is it at the top? Is it up at the
It's next to
Oh,
upload
there it is. I see
DNA.
it. I see it. Okay, all right. Okay, there we go. Okay,
And then go all the way to the last option, ancestor projects.
okay, I got you right there. All right. You walked me through this once before.
That's all right. That's all right. Somebody else on the call might need it. Then you're gonna go in the project, click on the option for descendants of Barbour, Bullock, blah blah blah.
Yep. Descendants of okay, Bullock, Choctaw, Coffee. Okay, all right, I got
All of
you.
that. So click on that one. That's the project you want to look at. In the kit
Okay.
number, put your kit number.
Oh, okay. I got to find
Need
my
me to
kit
give it
number.
to you?
Yeah, can you give it to me, please?
Hold on a second.
Oh, I got it. It popped right up. Okay.
Beautiful.
right.
Yeah, because you've been using it. So type your
Okay,
kit
right.
number. Change the threshold to a 2 because we just need
Okay.
to make sure we see it.
All right.
And the bottom's going to be defaulted to most recent comment and just hit submit.
Most recent common ancestor hit
Yep.
submit. Okay.
And
All
hit
right.
submit. Once it's submitted, we're going to do a search for Harvey's pedigree chart.
Okay.
Pat Harvey, and I'll put it in, I should have put it in the chat, but there's his number, T376. You should be able to do a control find, control F, and type in T376 and you'll see his number.
Control F. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Put up. Okay. Where's the control? Okay. Hit Control F.
Yep.
You say
Control F.
Control.
The control key on
Yep.
the keyboard and F together all at the same time.
Yeah, I did that. And then the drop down menu came up. I got a drop down menu.
Yes, and then you can type T376 in there.
T376. Return.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. Harvey Leslie.
Yep. Once you see
I see
Harvey,
him.
now you want to click on the green tree.
Okay. He's got 2 trees.
Yeah, that just means it's 2 chromosomes you're matching on.
Oh, okay.
So just click any one. Then
All
click
right.
on the JCOM ID number.
Detcom ID, okay.
And now hit pedigree.
And hit pedigree. There we go.
Now, one thing you got to pay attention to, did you pay attention to how many generations separate you?
7.
Okay, 7. So look at his pedigree chart and count. You're going to count in at least 6 because the 7th is missing. And you're going to look for surnames that make sense. Do not share that with me right now. You're going to hold on to that information. Got it?
Okay.
All right, Miss Nikki. I've been trying to track you down, lady. All right, so
I just went back to work, so I've been really busy. I haven't even been in Gedmatch in a few I want to say a few months, so I think I just accepted the invitation for the Bullock County one.
Yeah, I can see you even if you haven't accepted so good, you've at least accepted it. All right. And so what's your kit?
But I don't know. They only put my mom in because I think Emily put us in there. So I don't know if she just put my mom in there.
Emily Davis?
Yeah, because she my cousin. She asked me if
my cousin.
I did not know that.
She asked me if I wanted to be in there and I didn't mind. So I said yeah. So let me put my mom's kit in the chat.
I keep hearing the Davis name tonight.
Well, we're gonna talk about that, cousin. Give me your kit and I'll put you in the group real quick, Nikki.
Hold on, I gotta find it because I haven't been on here in a while. Stop, Nikki. Hold on. I'm gonna go on mute and then I'll put it in chat.
Okay, but I think what I'll also do is I'm gonna see. Yeah, put your moms in there because you're administering your moms. So if you're administering your moms, I should be able to see you.
Yeah, my mom. My screen name is Masande of Nas.
Yeah, child, you that person. Masande.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
MISSEIA.
You classy chick. Girl,
yeah.
I ain't know who classy chick was.
That's my mom's kit. So they must not have put mines in there. So let me put mine in.
Okay, put yours in there, and then I'm gonna quickly look for your mom. Oh, your mom is not in here? I think I connect to you through the Jamaica group I have. Let me take you down to a 1. See if it goes back this far.
There's a Jamaican group.
Yep,
That's me also.
okay.
What are you doing?
Okay, Nikki,
Right.
honey, I had to take you to a 1, girl.
Mhm.
It's crazy, but you match at 7 generations.
Yeah, we from the area, but we from
Right.
Georgia. So I do have people that's from Alabama that I match to, and I don't know how.
Well, this isn't
But
just about Alabama, because this is about you're
Yeah.
matching to Harvey.
Yeah, you're nationwide. You have a nationwide.
Yeah, we are. We're the melting pot. We're all cross
Yeah,
country.
you connect to you're probably related to me also, if you're related.
She is. We're all related, cousin.
So
Okay, all
wait,
right, okay then.
wait, Deborah,
So
I got a
Mhm.
question again.
Yeah.
So when you have the generation, can you show me how to count again?
Sure. Let
That was,
me.
I'm still on that part.
Okay. No, that's all right. So I'll.
don't feel bad.
No.
All right. Look at the computer since she's not feeling bad, Norris. You ready?
I just put it in, Delbra.
Okay, I'll get it.
Hold on.
So the very first person is 1.
Wait, I cannot see. Okay, I was trying to make it bigger. Okay, I can see now.
Okay.
Okay.
The very first person is 1. See the
Okay.
tick above it?
Yes.
That's 2. The column above it, tick lines, is generation 2. The one next to it is generation 3. So there's 2. See that?
Okay.
The one to the right of it is 3.
Got it. Okay.
One to the right of it is 4. The next
Okay.
one in is 5.
Okay.
The next one in is 6. So we have to discern, like with this one, Constance doesn't have parents listed, but we're probably looking for the men anyway. And we're looking for, and again, he has a paternal and a maternal, but the maternal has Leslie's. So that's how I know we need to focus on these Leslie's. And see how we're at Malcolm McCaskill at
Yes.
generation 6?
Yes.
So that's telling
Mhm.
me if you're hitting 6 or more, we're connecting at the McCaskill surname,
Okay.
not the Leslie or the Hooten, but it's going further back. So you were really following the Leslie name.
Okay.
Okay, so that does it make sense now?
So hold on. So give me 1 second. So if I look at this Harvey Leslie person, hold on. I clicked on the wrong thing. I need to click on the tree. Oh Lord. I gotta find it again. Okay, we'll look it up and if I have another question, I'll see because I clicked on the wrong thing and it may take me a while. So wait, did you ever add my great aunt's information or no?
Yes, she's in here.
Okay, so I need to look it up again because she'll have better matches than me.
Yep, they're both in there. I'm trying to find. I see participants. I'm looking for. There we go. Chats. Okay, there we go. So this yours, right, Nikki?
Mhm.
Okay. And Karen has Schufert. Okay. So I'm going here. All right, you're at it, Nikki. Just remember, you'll have to take it down to a 1 because you go way back. So if I put yours in there, I'm going to play around with yours right now because we can do that. And I'm going to look for Harvey because your mom, wait, why are you? Oh, I'm looking at yourself. Oh, we're looking for Harvey. So you don't match. Your mom matches at 1 Centimorgan, Nikki.
She's probably too young.
Yeah, but her mom matches. So you would have to look
Yeah,
for your
she's too
mom
young.
to match Harvey.
Yeah, it probably is my mom. That's probably why Emily only put my mom in there.
And that's okay because we still need to see you. But at least know it makes sense because you're younger. Your mom's older. But we had to catch your
Yeah.
mom to get you connected there. Okay,
Yeah.
everyone's figured out what generation you are?
Yes.
Great. I heard nothing. I heard crickets. Okay, here we go. So for Harvey's pedigree, John Albert, that's his brother, makes sense. He connects at 1 generation. There was no one at 2 generations, but when we're looking at 3 generations, Karen connects at 3 generations. So Karen have to put in the chat. So Karen, if you're counting in at 3 generations, whose name makes sense to you? And we're all going to look in the chat because some microphone isn't working. All right, let's see. I see a lot of kids. Who's doing all this kid stuff? Goodness grief. Who is this?
Now, I threw some junk out there for
Oh, that's
Nora's.
Charles. Okay, you
Yeah.
do it for Charles.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is Karen still here? She is. Okay, so Karen, if you can put it in the chat, who do you think at 3 generations you believe you're matched to? She probably walked away. So I'm gonna look at 3 generations. And let me go to Harvey's. I'm looking for Harvey's pedigree. All right, so we're counting 3 is this Harvey's? No, I think this is someone else's. This is not Harvey's, but I can get to it. Pedigree. Okay, so we're counting. So yeah, we're counting 3 in. 1, 2, 3. So she's matching, which I think I kind of knew, on John Daniel. So at a minimum, she's going to be related through John Daniel, which is Harvey and his brother. And then I think there's maybe one other person who's going to be matching in there. So that's who she's matching at. Okay. So then at 4 generations, which is this row inward, there's actually Christopher Lee. So I was talking to Norris earlier. This gentleman, Christopher Lee, is a new cousin I just found. He matches at 4, almost 5 generations. And he's under the Sweat surname.
Is Lee is Lee that's his surname, Lee?
Yeah, that's his last name.
Yes. I'm related to the Lees. That's correct.
Yep. You would be, because this is your direct line.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know them.
he is a high match for Harvey compared to all the rest of us. And I don't know how, he may be older, but actually he messaged me. He is older. He's seasoned. Evelyn she probably would want to kick me because I'm saying older than me is all I mean.
Well, I'm old. I'm like, at least I live to get old. Okay. So
I'm just saying older than me.
okay.
All right. All right. So at 5 generations, so now we're talking about this column here, Ellsworth, Allens. So at 5 generations, we are looking at, these are the people who are matching at 5 generations. And actually his wife, Evelyn, matches him also. Angela Hoskins, she's a new cousin I just found. But these are all the people who match Harvey at 5 generations. I don't think that's anyone in the group here tonight. Then as we go down to 6 generations, and now we're hitting the surname Duncan Williams. He has a Samuel Williams out of Dublin, North Carolina.
And the Williams would be.
These are the people that I was able to find who are related to him at 6 generations. I don't see your name, Norris. So you even go further back. The Williams definitely can be your surname. But these are all the people who are going to be. And Sharon got off the call. She was on earlier. And she's saying she doesn't know how she's related. She's saying she thought she was a Leslie. But now she's finding out her father's name is something else. Well, I'm not quite certain when DNA is saying her father is at 6 generations in of Leslie.
Well, maybe she got pissed off and left.
Yeah. Dang it, man. Because this would be a great conversation with her. I'm not sure why you don't think you're a Leslie, because DNA is saying so. So Lovato is the person who wrote the books. So it's interesting. Like, I'm related to a lot of people with a different surname, but now they're related to Harvey. So this will make me change my thought view, right? Either Harvey is just related because his line back there may have had kids by other slaves that connected with that line. But that's where we have to have those conversations. We're related through the Leslie name, but not through the slave that would have birthed the children. But these are all the people. This is the new Nikki in the group. This is a different Nikki. So Eric Palm, Eric is a Hooten. He is this is his mother. Marshall D, Emily manages that kid. That's her cousin, her other cousin. And so these are all the people that match at 6 generations in. Okay. 7 generations in. So now we're hitting Duncan, Edith Parker. Where in the world did Leslie, where did Leslie go? Oh, wrong.
Can you stop at that Bartholomew Mears for a second, if you don't
Baby,
mind?
this is the wrong pedigree chart. This goes to a previous, I don't see Leslie anywhere on here. This isn't his.
Oh.
I can figure out who this was. I know who this was actually, and I can tell you who kid this is, but this is his. Leslie, because his starts at the name Leslie at the top. So
John
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we were saying, remember we were saying 7 generations, right? Is where we're at now. So it's still going to be McCaskill. It's going to be either Rayborn. It depends on what your surnames are. Lovelace is another surname out of Maryland. Died in South Carolina. Constant was a Kirkland, but she married a Lovelace. It still could be McDaniel. McDaniel would be his father. But this is where you look at your surnames and we're trying to figure out how we're related. For the Alabama group, because you are all related to us, my strong strength says it's somewhere with this Leslie name. We would just have to investigate that. Okay. All right, so that's 7. So who has 7 and think they might have figured something out? Which particular person? And actually 7 has 2 pages. There you are, Norris.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe you would be Leslie because that one Wooten married a Sweat. And so your line hits there.
With the Wooten.
But you're related to Leslie because we would have to figure that out. I know how you're related to Wooten. I don't know how you're related to this Leslie surname. But as you're paying attention to the locations and the surnames and then your own tree, then it can flush out to make sense.
Well, there's a lot of I see a lot of Birmingham and Edgefield
In those names, so we'll take a look at his here. We'll look at his here. There we go.
Edgefield, South Carolina. I'm
Yep.
seeing a lot of it.
Yep. So Ray Barnes was in Edgefield. Lovelace is Maryland. The Leslie was North Carolina. He came to Alabama in 53. His father, Angus, is not on here because I know what happened. I was speaking with Evelyn. Evelyn wasn't sure to adopt Angus, but her and I were talking on Facebook, so she hadn't updated it. But his father is Angus, but he was still in North Carolina, Cumberland, North Carolina. So
after emancipation, a lot of ex-slaves migrated to Edgefield County in South Carolina. And
is that right?
Seem to they owned land very often, and were farming.
Yeah.
Our project is doing some work in Edgefield for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All righty, guys. So
It's probably Edgefield. That's what I'm
you're
thinking.
feeling? Any of the Edgefield connections?
Yeah.
For the Leslie side. So now you know where the Wooten side hits. And then again, we do connect from the Wooten side because my ancestor. So remember what I said, and I'm gonna go quickly back to that chart because a lot of people weren't here. Because we're really at the end. Yeah, we're really even at the end. So I'm going to show that one pedigree chart where I was showing how the Wootens connected to, so the Leslies. So the Leslies connect, and the Warlicks connected to Leslie. Here it is. So the Warlicks connected to Leslie here. And then the Wootens connected to Sweat. So now Sweat is you, Norris. This is
Mhm.
all of you here. But his
And-
son had children by my fourth great grandmother and Tiffany's grandmother. And so, you know what I mean? So because of his son and this slave person, which is unknown to us, your connection to the Wootens and the Sweats is how we connect, you and I connect.
Okay.
Through this Sweat Wooten connection. The son had children by a slave as well, and he built a family with them over here. William Lloyd with all of them. The father had children by over here by a slave person, which was over here. So, you know, so basically that's what this conversation was really about. How are all of us related when we look at the Gedmatch project? All right. So now it is this is, let's see here. So what's remaining is this Q&A. All right. First, I want to start with any questions. Are there any questions or uncertainties? Any epiphanies?
Well, I know I'm connected to the Sweats because I've seen that. I went back all the way back to Virginia today. So Nascom, is it Nascom County, Virginia? Is that
And you saw the Sweat
Southern?
surnames.
I believe so.
Yep.
Cooper, Brown, Sweats, Wooten, Wooden.
Anyone
So
else? Don't y'all all speak up. Charles, what are you thinking, Mr. Charles?
Hey, yeah, I was running some of Norris's numbers and found several what we call triangulations with somebody who's related to me. And it's
Who's
somebody named Rennie Cat 7. These are all people that have GEDCOMs or wikis. Tanya Bogus, Nathan Banks, I sent you that one. Steve Lee, Barry Ambrose. Anyway, a triangulation is proof that you have a common ancestor with that person, is what a triangulation means. And it's really cool to find those. You have to have usually over 7 centimorgans of shared DNA to get a triangulation. So, Norris, I will take a look at some of those and write you back if I find something.
Now, would you like to share with us how you did that, Mr. Charles?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I like to go.
I'm all for learning these quick tools.
So I do have a tier 1 membership.
Yep.
And that does kick in a second. But so I start with the Gedmatch and I go to the match.
You're not sharing. You got to share.
Oh, I got to share my page?
Yeah.
Ooh, gosh.
Are you on your computer?
My video. Huh?
Are you on your computer?
Yeah, here I go. Let me share screen.
Unless you want me to do it and I'll walk through it.
See, has that come up?
Not yet.
I don't know.
I see Norris.
All right. See it? Is that up?
We're waiting and anticipating.
Chrome tab.
Gedmatch.
Yeah, no, I got hit share.
Y'all see his screen? Oh, it's coming.
Yeah,
there
is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
This is the end result right here.
Okay. Walk us from the beginning.
Can you see some numbers index down the left side of the column, and then chromosome 7? You see all that? And I'll scroll up to where Norris there.
Yeah, I am right there.
There he is.
Yep. So if you go across to the right, this is the end, but I'll show you how to start it in a second.
Okay.
So all those people right there are triangulated with Norris, and I have to go here for a second. Hold on a second. And you share 8.1 centimorgans or at least 8 centimorgans of DNA with people, of those people. And they all have either GEDCOMs loaded up or Wiki, so you can trace their families. And the triangulation you're with is this person named Tanya Hudson. Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Tanya and I are related through a different chromosome, so I don't seem to be directly related to Norris, but we have
a common kinship with Tanya.
yeah, that's it. So let me see if I can walk you through what I did.
Okay.
So first I copy Tanya. Go to free tools and match both or one of two. This is my favorite little program inside Gedmatch. And then I paste in right here. This is Tanya. Actually, because I don't have I'll write in here's Delbra. Let me see if you come up with some stuff.
Yeah,
I usually change this down to 7 centimorgans here.
Yep.
Are y'all with me?
Yep.
So I'm doing
I'm
people
following you.
We do this
people
all
who
day.
match both kits or one of two kits.
Okay.
It's a great little program. It's free. And now I just click. And here there's 43 matches between these two people, Tanya and Delbra.
Oh, so Deborah's.
What I'll tell you is that S. Scarlett, I believe this is her. She should be in Jamaica. I thought
Is she?
I think so.
And she has a Gedmatch here, I see too. Now hang on, I'm gonna click select all. I'm gonna go to submit. This page comes up. More visualization options, and I'm gonna click triangulation.
Wait, that's off screen. You gotta bring it to the
Did it
screen.
go off screen? I'm sorry. Wait a
That's
minute.
all right.
Let me go. Oh, that y'all can't see y'all can see this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I see the one that's.
All right. See, I'm gonna click submit. And does that go off screen there? Or can you see the
No, it's still there.
All right, I'm gonna click triangulation.
No, what he's clicking, the screen that pops up is off screen.
Is it?
In a new
hold on a
tab?
second.
Is it in a different tab?
It is. It opens a new tab.
Okay, so just click on the tab.
Well, hang on a second. That's the basic process.
Okay.
And then you can also go through and these other, you can see, I guess you can see my mouse, right? I use triangle. Sorry, let me go here.
That's
you
okay.
see this one?
Yes.
Yep.
I hit submit. Share this tab instead. Oh, I see. Okay. There it is. This is what pops up when you hit submit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to click this triangulation right here. These other ones are really cool too, but we're not doing that. I'm going to click triangulation, share this tab. And it is Tanya Hudson is the main person. And I go and I select a range of kits. And you do not triangulate with her and anybody else at this point. However, Norris did.
what does these names mean? There are other people that was in that list.
These are people that if I go through, all right, hang on. I'll do it the other way around. Can y'all see?
Yep.
Wait a minute. Y'all can see me typing HA 6771394. Norris, I don't have it written down in front of me. Do you have your number handy?
You have it. Yeah, my number, Deborah. Hold on for a second. Let me.
Oh, wait, I got it. A3690007.
Yeah, that's it. I believe that's it.
All right, so I'm doing people who match both kits or one of two kits for Delbra and Norris. And here we go. Display results. Whoops. Okay, this is Delbra Norris. Can you see that at the top? They'll
Sure
have
can.
28,
So 28 people.
28 matches in common. This one has a wiki tree right here, which is a nice thing to have. Anyway, I'll select all, submit, triangulation. So these are the kits. Norris and Delbra share these people.
It's not that many.
Huh?
So he and I share these people in triangulation.
Well,
Zone 16 and 17.
actually, for triangulation, you share them. Delbra shares these, but they also match Norris in a different chromosome. I know that's confusing. I'm sorry.
No, I understand,
But,
because chromosome 16 and 17 is where we match, and he may be chromosome 9 or something, or 3.
yeah.
No,
So this
okay.
person, Joseph Ward, matches Delbra on chromosome 16. And I have to scroll, wait a minute, where's the actual, and the amount is 12.5 centimorgans there, or 13 for these
Okay.
people. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the one of two tool, which is
Yep.
this is a great tool, guys. I use it all the time, and it's free.
Yep.
Now the tier
Okay.
1 stuff is over here, and that's some of that is not free, but it's good stuff. Like, hang on, Delbra, you have a match. You have a Can y'all see my screen? Gedmatch.
Mhm.
I will type in Delbra here, and then we talk among ourselves because it takes a minute to run this one. It'll be working for a minute. So
I've done that one.
oh, you've done it. Oh, it says you don't have a kit.
Because I deleted it.
Oh, that's right.
I'm terrible.
Anyway, so that's enough for now, I guess. But yeah.
So sounds like you're gonna do a DNA conversation for us one day in the future.
I'd be happy to.
Not a DNA,
Yeah.
not a DNA, a chromosome.
Chromosomes and Gedmatch. Yeah, you see.
Yes.
So what happened with me is I sort of well, I lost my job during the pandemic. We'll put it that way. And now I'm officially retired. But anyway, my goal during the pandemic was to learn how to use Gedmatch. And it took a while. Your brain gets full so fast. But honestly, it makes sense eventually, right, Delbra? It kind of comes together.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
yeah, I kind of go in and out of Gedmatch. So since I met Deborah, I kind of gravitated back to it.
Staying in. So if you have not uploaded your GEDCOM, now you see why it's pivotal to do that, to really help us try to find you. I do have a Jamaica project, but I try to throw people in there that I know. Out of Alabama, there's a lot of us that do have Jamaica heritage. But this particular group, as you can see, I'm trying to use it so that we can really find how we relate to each other. So I'm going to hope that some of the tools I showed you with printing up those pedigree charts really help you blow through what you're trying to do. I'm adding people into the Facebook group. So I'll walk through that. I don't know if all of you have seen that. So Charles, I'll share now. So in the so I'll start with the Facebook group. So I manage a couple of Facebook groups. This Bullitt County group is one. So if you are a DNA match to me, I throw you in this group, because here is where I try to have the different conversations about what we're doing and what's going on. And we're chatting about some of the last names and the surnames. So if you're in Facebook, I throw you into this group because I manage this group. I also manage a group that's called Descendants from Macon County. Because as you can see this map at the top, Bullock was carved out of these 5 neighboring counties: Barbour, Pike, Montgomery, Macon. A piece of Russell, but to me, not enough that matters, but definitely Montgomery, Pike, Bullock, Barbour. And prior to 1850, it was also inclusive of the counties that's below, Dale and Henry, depending on the time period you're looking at. So I focus my conversation on Macon and Bullock. Pike is definitely was a huge carving out of Pike County as well. So I manage these two projects. There's another project called Rooted in Tuskegee. Tuskegee is in Macon. So, but I throw everything into my Bullock and my Barbour County. I mean, my Macon group. Definitely Bullock. So once I know I'm related to someone, or if they want to be in our project, I throw them in the Facebook group and then I put them in this spreadsheet. So you all should have gotten an invite to this spreadsheet. And so what I'll tell you the goal of this spreadsheet was giving us a way to be able to figure out how we're related to people here. So the more information we add, so like tonight, if you're related to Charles and you finally figure out how, you're able to create your own column over here and just create notes. Take a column, add your name, and every member, their information and their kits are right here. I'm not adding anyone into this spreadsheet, allowing access to the spreadsheet unless there's a Gedmatch and they're in the project. Or I put them in there for my own personal use, but they're going to be related to us. My goal is everyone needs a Gedmatch. Come on, people. We really need to be in Gedmatch. You are able to update all of the fields, the column E and over. I've locked these columns because I don't want anyone updating them and erasing something or whatever. But you are able to update if you have an alias, like I don't know who's on the 8th gen floor, but we need to know your name. So the goal is, giving you the ability to at least give us your name. If it's different, then we can't understand who that is. But now you're able to tell us your maternal last names and from where, and paternal and from where. So that's what the goal of this spreadsheet is. And as you can see, who did that? I got to add Nikki. Nikki is I know she's in the spreadsheet. MISS? Missing, there she is. So Nikki is in here. Okay, and your mom is probably somewhere. So Nikki, I had you, but I don't know why you weren't in the project. So that's the goal. And as you can
You
see,
said what? I'm sorry, I stepped away. I was making
you're
some
in the
macaroni salad.
spreadsheet. I don't know, you should have had access, but the spreadsheet here is used for us to figure out how we're related to people. Like you may have a bird connection in Alabama or wherever, but I'm tracking the birds. And these are all the people I've thrown in the project and in the Gedmatch project, but this name tells you nothing. So by having information, or by me at least typing Leslie, that'll help you to understand how this person is how I know I'm related to this person. So that's how we can use the spreadsheet to help us advance what we're doing. So I just wanted to make sure you were clear on how I'm trying to use the Facebook group.
I looked at it yesterday. I've just been busy. I haven't had time to do anything.
No, that's fine. But what if it ever is a moment where you're like, this person is in here and I don't see a JCOM? Is there a pedigree chart? Is there something over here? When you get ready, the goal will be we'll have information here that's going to help you. Help to advance.
Okay, thank you.
And so that was all for tonight. I will tell you, I'm praying. I'm going to try to do every 2 weeks a presentation. Next week is global. I'm going to pick one person and we're all just going to deep dive and figure out how we're related to that person. Because the goal is we're all related, but how? Where's your JCOM? What information can we glean from that? How can we figure out we're related to you? And that's what I'm trying to do. Then I'm going to take another 2 weeks to just do my own. Like tonight. Tonight was my own, but so many people are related. So it just depends on your availability. I am going to record these. I'll put it in the Facebook group and I'll put it in my YouTube channel in case you want to go back to it for whatever reason or look at some of the others. So
Can you put the link to your YouTube channel in the chat?
I will do that right now. Yeah, you can get some entertainment on my YouTube channel. during the pandemic, I actually turned one of my I wrote books. So the reason why, oh God, the reason I actually started doing this was because I wrote a book on my grandmother's side, and I turned that book right here into a documentary. It's called Look Where He Brought Me From. But then I could not do my maternal side because I needed to break through these Hootens and Wootens and Leslies and Woods. So I had to pause before I could write that book because I wanted to find as much information as I could. So that's when I started doing a great deal of this. But I will put this in my YouTube channel. Yeah, I have a lot going on in my YouTube channel. I've done stage plays. This is a documentary. I tried to do a movie this year. So yeah, I just try to be a little bit busy. So if you want some entertainment, go on my YouTube channel on your TV and sit back and you can be entertained. All I'm saying. So I'll throw that in the chat right now. All right. Any other questions? Any other comments? Feedback? All right, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I
Thank
am
you.
not affirmational, but when I do a presentation, I want to be affirmed. So
Yeah, I
good or
appreciate
bad.
Yeah, yay.
Okay, Charles.
Charles, are
Did
you coming
you?
back next week?
Hmm?
I was asking Charles if he was coming back next week. He's sound like he's a wealth of information.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
You and him are gonna talk. That's what's going on. You and him are gonna
yeah,
talk.
yeah,
I already know what's going on. He's gonna do some deep diving for you. And Norris has a lot of information. I just gotta hone it in.
yeah. And
So
it's Nikki.
My information is kind of scattered, so it's
Yeah,
all over the
Nikki.
place.
Nikki O, are you the Perry? I think. And Bird.
No, I have no known connection to Alabama that I know of. I just
Okay,
know I'm related to Emily Davis. And she invited me to this group.
I see.
okay,
Oh,
so
all
hold
right.
on. Hold on. She just made me mad with that. I have no connection. So I'm finna show you your
Yeah,
connection.
she keeps saying that, but she don't know she's related to me.
This is what I'm saying. We're related to everybody. Can you guys
And
see my YouTube
I'm all
channel
the
or
way.
no? Am I
I'm in
sharing my
Texas.
YouTube channel? I don't think I'm sharing. I thought I was
I
sharing.
do have a lot of Texas matches, Georgia, Louisiana. I do have
Okay.
Alabama matches, but I just don't know. Like, I don't know.
Oh, okay,
You
right.
don't
But what
understand
she's
them.
saying,
You
you don't
don't
Yeah, I
understand.
understand.
don't
Okay,
understand
yeah,
it.
yeah. We have to
Okay.
make her understand how she's connected.
Exactly. That's the goal. That's the one. I'll be honest with you, Nikki. That's the goal of my meetings. My meetings about how are we related. Let us do a deep dive. Let us figure this out.
No, well, the picture that she showed looks kind of like my mother. It was when she, I don't know whose
Oh
picture is
yeah,
that?
that woman in her picture.
Yeah, who's that?
I think that's her mother. That's your mom, Nikki.
I think she hung up.
That's my great aunt.
Or aunt.
She
Yeah,
passed away in
she looks.
2006.
Yeah, she looks like my mother's.
She
My
look like
mother's.
They were from
Yeah.
Georgia, and she said her mother was Native American or her grandmother, but the haplogroup is African. That's my direct maternal line. So I don't
Okay.
know.
What part of Georgia?
Sumter County is right next to Alabama.
Right
That's
on the Alabama
Albany.
border. Is that
Isn't that
southern
Albany?
It's
Alabama?
close. I don't think it's right on the border, but it's close.
That's
How far?
Albany.
How far is from Thomasville?
Thomasville is about Upson County. That's up some. That's
No,
where the
Thomasville is on the Georgia Florida border. Thomasville
yeah.
and Bainbridge.
Yeah, no, it is southern. It's southern Georgia, but it's more westerly. It's closer to Alabama, but it's not as close to Florida as Thomasville and stuff.
Yeah,
But it's like getting there.
yeah, because Albany.
Oh, that's Americans. Oh, that's Americans. The
Yeah.
Hootens that I'm related to are buried there.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of relatives in
Americans.
Albany. Yeah, who is that again?
No,
That was
Sumter
Tiffany.
County is Americans, and Americans is where my family that are Hootens. A lot of them, when they left Taylor County, they went to Marshallville, and then they later went to Sumter County, which is Americans, and that's where
Yeah.
they're buried. My
Yeah,
third
yeah,
great grandfather's buried there.
Yeah, that's not far from Thomasville, I believe.
Where
Albany
is he buried? At Eastview?
Let me look real quick. Give me 1 second.
Have you ever looked at the Sumter County genealogy website where Alan Anderson he like surveyed all of the graves and written all the names down and everything?
There
Oh,
goes that Anderson name again.
let me look.
Let me see if I can find it so I can give you the website.
I would love to have that. And let me look
Yeah,
at the grave real
you
quick.
related to the Andersons also?
I don't know.
Who I am.
I know you are.
I'm
Deb.
not. Alan Anderson is actually a white man who went through the
That
white
doesn't.
and the
Okay.
colored cemeteries and just documented them.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Okay. That doesn't. Okay. Me and Charles are we're related, right, Charles? Charles still there?
You won't be Charles.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
related.
me and-
We're
yeah,
related to the same people anyway. I know that for sure. I hadn't figured out.
yeah. When you said Uzel, I know I'm related to the Bazales. I know that name.
Bizel.
Basil, yeah, but well, they call it Brazil, and they're in Van Zant County, Texas, and
Okay, yeah.
they came from Georgia. I don't
All
know. I
right.
don't know.
All right, I'm finna throw Norris name in here. We're finna look for Charles. Cause I thought I saw you. So this is Norris's Uz. Yes,
Charles
Charles.
told me we
Charles,
were
isn't
related.
this you?
Which one? Where's it again?
Uzel Holland Dupree,
Yeah, that's me.
891. Y'all 8
Uh-huh.
generations apart.
How many?
8. You and
Me
Norris.
and Norris.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Hey, cuz.
So that's why you can't. So no, that's why I was trying to tell Nikki, you can't discount that stuff. You know, you have to.
Absolutely.
You can't throw it out. You have to
Yeah.
investigate.
We
Yeah.
just gotta understand it, but and collectively,
Yeah.
we
You
gotta
can't
get to
discount
there.
it.
Collectively, we can get there. So, like,
Yeah.
I may be related to Charles, but not through Hootens and Wootens,
He's
but
on
through
another side. You're coming in on a
but my
different
Earl
direction.
side, my Earl line, and so he and I got to talk about the Earls. But that's
Yeah,
why
we
we're
got-
coming together.
Yeah, Earls. It might be the Earls.
It definitely is an Earl because I found you in South Carolina.
Yeah, I
And
know. I know them.
in our Alabama line, okay, so me, you, and Norris got to talk, Charles,
All
Yeah,
right.
we're.
about my Earls.
Charles, how far are you from Raleigh?
I grew up in Raleigh, so yeah, I'm
Okay.
about 30 minutes away now, though.
Okay, do you go to the museum? I mean, not the museum, the library in downtown Raleigh?
Oh, the archives. Yeah, I can go
Yes.
there a lot. Yeah, I do that. I can do that for you.
Yeah, because I went in there, but when I first went, I didn't know what I was doing, so I know I need to go
Yeah.
back now.
Yeah. But if you come up with it, I go to a library every Tuesday here at UNC Chapel Hill. I live in essentially
That's a good
Chapel Hill.
library. The UNC library is a very good library.
It's a
I live
good
in
one.
Apex.
You live in Apex. Oh, cool.
Yes, so we're not far. I live in
All
Apex.
right. I once lived in Apex. I've lived there before too.
I've been here since 2000.
Wow. Cool.
So,
Yeah, we're neighbors.
Yes.
Norris.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so there's a woman named Kathy. I showed her books. So, Kathy, you're related to Kathy 6 generations in Kent
Now, who's
County,
Kathy?
Maryland. Her name is Kathy Lynn Marshall. Kathy Lynn Marshall.
Well, my Maryland group, I believe, was brought to the original. What's it? The original 200 that came to Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the college? Is it Georgetown's?
Georgetown, the 272
Georgetown?
project.
Yeah. That's where I'm coming in from there.
So see this? Okay, yeah, we definitely got to talk, cousin. See, so this is where Earl is. So I'm related to Kathy Marshall on this line, on her maternal line. And when I count in, you're at 6.
Yeah.
Put you, and I'm definitely like, she wrote a book on Otho Williams. And then Levada Williams and Archibald Earl. That's one of the books I'm reading now. And John Bayliss Earl. So you're coming in at this line as well. So you and I most likely are definitely related to her here. And to Charles, this is where the Earls are heavily coming in for me, but
It's
also
probably
from
Maryland.
Jamaica and England.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah, it turns
Booker
out
is
I don't
another
think I
name.
have a Jamaican connection, but I
So you
might have
thought
Haiti, and
okay.
so I'm pretty sure I got Haiti in there, but Jamaica. By the way, I've been to Jamaica. Cool country. Um, anyway,
I never
Well,
wanted to go, but I'm going now to
Haiti
see my
would be New
cousins.
Orleans.
yeah, right, correct. New Orleans and Haiti had quite a connection.
Yeah, yeah.
Miss
Um,
Nikki, you had a question?
Yes, I put the link to the page and the direct link to the cemetery page for the young lady I was just talking to.
Okay, thank
Perfect.
you so much.
Perfect.
I see it. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm heavily connected to Albany. I didn't know it was called Sumter County, but I know I'm heavily connected to there.
Yeah, my husband went to Albany State and my dad.
And you know what? One of my cousin's son went to Albany State,
Yes.
and her last name is Bob, Bobb.
BOBB. See, I don't know. See, my family's from when they left Taylor County, they went to a place called Marshallville, which is outside of Fort Valley.
Yeah,
But my aunt lives in Americus or Sumter County. And then I
yeah.
have a lot of family out. I mean, they're everywhere.
We probably related, Tiffany,
Oh, we're definitely
We
related.
we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
covered.
because Sumter is very small.
Yeah,
See,
you
I
do
had
related.
I know I had a cousin in Americus. We're looking for her. We cannot find her. They said she had like 22
But are
kids.
you sure they didn't go to Plainsville or Schley County?
We're just having a hard time tracking down her children because she had 22 kids and they are
all
um
over all over the
maybe
nation.
from we just don't know where everybody went.
They just scattered out,
Yes. So
looking
we're
for food.
discovering
They're
some of them. So
looking
who
for something to
knows?
eat.
Okay.
Okay. Hey,
So Charles, are any of you guys connected to South Carolina?
I'm concerned.
I am definitely.
I
That's
am
Other than
South
Charles.
Carolina and North Carolina.
Okay,
South Carolina
so
and North Carolina.
so next month, the first Sunday in June, I'm doing a presentation that I will share. I'll just put it in the Fort Davis group. I mean my bullet group. So Charles, I'm saying this for a reason. So I took your Gedmatch ID. This woman right here, Ellen Kendall. I'm related to Ellen through Abbeville, South Carolina, but she's
I
also
can't see
related to me through Prater or Prather.
slide the screen over a little. I couldn't see the left side.
Oh,
said
you're looking
you
for
said
her information? I'll put it in the
Just
chat.
her
Her name is
number. Yeah, let's just slide a little teeny bit. Or yeah.
A72, but I'll put it in the chat.
All
So
right.
she's white. She says she love her black cousins. I love the fact that she love us because she's very helpful. She's very helpful.
okay.
So
All right.
Ellen, basically, this is her tree. And so, Jesus, she's Harper, because I'm Harper too. I didn't pay attention to the fact she's Harper, but she's also pulling bars out of South Carolina, Armstrong out of South Carolina. And I think I'm hitting this bar in Reed. So there is a group, they met today at 3:00 out of Williamsburg, South Carolina. I'm doing a presentation to them on the 6th to share with them how they need to get just out of South Carolina. But I'm saying that to you because you're related to Ellen also.
Okay. Uh-huh. Ellen Kendall,
Ellen
right?
Kendall, yes. And you are with Ellen 5 generations apart.
All right. Yeah, let me see if Ellen Kendall. Ellen Kendall. Yeah, I see her in the spreadsheet. Okay, thank you. A72 something.
Yep.
0691.
I did my first presentation a few weeks ago with Cindy. Cindy and her sister Patricia, you are 5 generations separated from them out of Alabama.
She wrote me, and we've had some
Yep.
conversations.
Wonderful.
But we figured out it might be a North Carolina connection, but that's
Gotcha.
okay. It's still a
Gotcha.
connection.
The other one is let me see, is she showing up for you? I mean, all of these people are kin to you, but Rick McLean, he's in Barbour County. He's white and he's sharing his information with us. So I'm just sharing with you the people that, as I'm seeing, they're 5 generations from you. It's just interesting how all of these people are hitting you at 5 generations.
Yeah, yeah. And I do have a brick wall in that neighborhood. So I spent 40 years trying to break that brick
Well,
wall.
there
So it'd
you
be nice to
go.
get through it.
And Marie Kissinger, she's also out of Barbour County. She's white as well. So, and she's just at 6th generation. So being in the group definitely will help you break through some of those with some of these people as well. So I just wanted to share that with you, but I will invite you guys to my South Carolina talk, but it's really trying to help the people that are only focused on Williamsburg County, which is where my childhood dad was born. So DNA was like, he's not bio dad, he's childhood dad for me. So I'm sharing with them how I'm still cousins to them, probably because of endogamy. They've been there so long, but he's distant cousins, but they only focus on that one county. And I'm like, you need to get out. So I'm using Ellen's pedigree, and I'm gonna do the same thing with them to get them to open their horizons a little bit. So that's what this conversation is going to be about. So you guys will be ahead of the curve if you look at Ellen's Gedmatch and see how you possibly are related to her. It is just because my talk on the first Sunday of next month, June, is going to be with the South Carolina group. So I just figure I'd share that with you in case you
Where's this?
know.
Where's the South Carolina group? They're in
They're Williamsburg County, South Carolina,
Okay.
but I'm hitting Abbeville, South Carolina, and the surname that my childhood dad was Barr. So Barrs had plantations. Barrs was very heavy in South Carolina, but they're heavy in Abbeville and they're heavy in Williamsburg County as well.
Yeah, I'll have to go and look in that county and see what's.
And they don't realize it. So Abbeville here is where I'm hitting related to her through. So and there's a lot of Abbeville for Alabama. I'm sorry.
You guys were just talking about Leslie's. I'm just scrolling through the Sumter County Family Cemetery website, and there is a Leslie Family Cemetery in Sumter.
Cool.
Good find.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you guys want to look at it, but that second link is a direct link to the cemetery page.
Oh, okay.
That probably explains why I can't find the Joneses or the Taylors, is it?
I'm related to Joneses. My direct maternal ancestor is Lily Jones, born in 1848 in Georgia, but I don't know exactly where. And I haven't found her on any documents after 1880.
So I'm gonna send you this wiki because David's page he even has a different page.
David Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, David is all over. I'm gonna be working with David very soon because we know we're GU.
Yeah, he needs to come on with us. He needs to come and do a little.
So he's in the group. He has like 60 kits in the group. Anytime you see this email, they're all his family.
I think he got more than that.
Oh no! Yep, I heard from David Patterson 70.
No, he's from Arkansas, right? Is his home is in Arkansas? Is that his connection in Arkansas?
Yeah, but he got lineage like all over. I think he
these
got
are all
lineage
his kids
in
that are in the
Louisiana. He got all type of different lineage everywhere.
So these are all David's kids right here.
Okay.
So they're all Taylors, kicking out of Taylors. And so I'm related to his mama's side, his daddy's side, both his grandparents' side. So I'm all over this Taylor line that I need to figure out as well.
One more thing, Deborah. Are you related to the Harpers in Mississippi?
All I know is I have Harpers because my great grandmother married a Harper and she had a daughter. So her husband might be. And then she left. So I don't know. So that's another line I have to investigate.
Okay, Deb, you earlier I thought I saw some Lotties in your tree.
Not my personal tree, no.
Not it wasn't your personal tree.
If it was because I was connecting to the sweats, the suites where Norris is. That's
yes.
That's where the Lotties coming in.
Yeah, that's where it's coming from. Yes.
Because have you heard of Dorothy Warford Witherspoon?
Yeah, I've seen Witherspoon. She made a book. There's a book about her. Or there's
well, no. In here it connects. I don't know if you can see.
I see the book. Mm-hmm.
The homecoming, and so those Lotties are in there as well. And that's gonna come out of South Carolina.
Lottie last name.
Yes.
So in my tree, this is Lottie Fanny Wooten Lottie, which is a DNA connect
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me go
through
back.
Rainy. Through Rainy. See it right there? There she
See,
is right there. So
You
she
said
married
Rainy?
John Hardy Lottie. And that's where those Lotties hit. And I'm a DNA connect to this person, Jesse Lottie.
You a DNA to the Jesse Lottie?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna show
And
you guys
then-
another. Let me show you guys real quick. Another thing I do under where you can create. Let me explain something to you.
So she's a Wofford too.
This is all the people I'm kin to on y'all line. I copied their pages and I put it under notes so that I can figure out where you are and how I'm related to you. So this is another amazing thing to be able to do in your tree.
So you're related to the Woffords.
Because of you. Yeah, because of the sweets. Yep. This line through
Dang.
here. This line through here. Yep. And I didn't find that out other than because of you.
And Charles probably connected. He's probably connected to the Woffords
To the
also.
Wolfords.
Yeah. Charles, ain't
Yeah.
you head of the Woffords?
Maybe so. Yeah, we'll see. There's a Walker Village in Spartanburg.
Let him start
Yeah,
with you
they're in
first.
Spartanburg. Yeah, yeah.
Spartanburg is where we come out of with the Wofford College. We're connected with the Woffords from Wofford
Spartan-
College in
Spartanburg.
Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Okay. Okay. So you were in South Carolina. Yeah. But
Mhm.
as you can see, what I love about the conversation, we're going from South Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, Alabama, and then Tennessee, and where else over Arkansas and Texas. So Emily said to me a long time ago, someone told her, you guys got to stop just focusing on Alabama. But I said to her, what does that mean? How do we do that? DNA is getting us there because of these connections and these conversations.
And the migration. West.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think my connection to you guys is through migration because
Yeah.
my family is strictly from North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia.
Yep, definitely. And so many people still in Georgia, right? Or in Maryland, right? And they're good. It's like, don't forget about me. I'm over here because someone took us from there to somewhere else. Don't forget about me. And so for them to say, don't go below 7, kick rocks because you'll never find me.
You can't discard that.
You'll never
You
find
know,
me.
somebody told me don't go below 30. Don't go below 30 and 40. So.
You'll never
No,
find
that's
me. I'm like, really?
you never know where you came from.
And
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, you know what's so funny is that I have control of my great grandmother's kid. Well, not control, but I'm a collaborator. She's passed though. She passed in 2020. So some of the matches that I have that are very low centimorgans, I go to her kit and they're 200 and 300 centimorgans. So you gotta look at those lower matches because you don't know how you fit in. You only get so much DNA from your people.
Absolutely. Oh, you know what? Oh, girl, I'm glad you said that. Another tool I'm gonna share with you guys because when he was doing the match 1, 2, or both, I'm gonna share with you a trick that I showed when I did my other presentation. So this is my kit. This is my brother kit. When you have family that you throw those family against each other when you're trying to match them, because my brother has matches to people I don't have and vice versa, right? So when I do a kit match both 1 or 2. So matching both, I now have 2,000 matches. I was like, bet it up. And all I do is I go down here and I'm just looking for jet comms. That's all I'm doing. I'm not looking at the rest of them people because they don't have anything that's helping me. But these jet comms and these wikis, let me go down and just look for those. And the other thing though is, so check this out. For me and my brother, this is my kit. So I have 2,200 matches. This is returning 2,000 matches. So that basically means practically 2,000 of my matches are a part of his. But now look at how many matches he has. 6,000. So what was astounding to me is this male person has 6,000 matches And I think I'm doing something with my little lowly 2000.
Mhm.
So it's so helpful. This is what showed me the power of having a family member that got tested. This isn't even an elder person. This is my brother. So when you throw at the wall, this using the tool match 1 or 2 or both, me being able to see that all my matches were sucked up into his, but he still got 4,000 more matches for me to look at. So I scroll down the GEDCOM files, just looking to see what I can see. So that was just one other thing that really becomes helpful when you're doing that, is paying attention to blood relations, matching them against each other so that you can get more results than if you're just looking at your own. So, but okay, I
I
am
got
one.
one more question I got one more question
You
for
are
Mickey.
welcome to. Yes.
Are there a lot of Joneses in Albany or Sumter County?
There's Joneses everywhere. Tiffany, I think this is for you and Nikki.
Yes, my maternal ancestor is a Jones, and I see a lot of Joneses, but I can't make the connections to them yet. But there
Well,
are a
man,
lot of Joneses, and there was even a white female slave owner that I found in a I think it was in a will or probate. Her name was Sophia Jones. And there was also a slave owner who doesn't connect to the Jones. His name was McMath, and he
Mhm.
was from there, and he went to Alabama. And he was a Civil War soldier or something like that, a Confederate. So there's a lot of movement between there.
What area you said? You said Alabama, Georgia, or what? What
McMath went from Sumter to Alabama. I
and
haven't figured out my connection to him yet, but I have a small match to his people.
so Sumter is Alabama. You're talking about.
No, that's
Sumter County,
Yeah.
Georgia. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Sumter County, Georgia.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Albany, Georgia.
Okay, so I wanted to show you my Jones connection
Yeah, we
because
were discussing that earlier.
yeah.
When I first met. Yes.
So my Jones connection is out of Georgia, and there's a DNA match to this person here, which I've changed. Oh, as you can see, there's my other DNA matches over there.
Can you put a link to that? Is your tree public?
No, I have to invite you. Girl, you see how much work I did in my tree?
Okay, well, I'm gonna put my email right here because I want
Okay.
them Joneses. I want to research them.
See,
So
you probably connect.
they were free persons of color. Blew my mind. I'm like, how do you get an 1820 census, bro? They were free persons of color.
So my Joneses are from Catahoula
Denise, are
Parish.
you listening?
Yeah, mine are from Louisiana, like because my
Mhm.
grandfather's name was Jones, but they were Whitleys from North Carolina, and then from there was from Oceans of, is it Alzerite in Virginia?
Okay.
I think it's called Alzerite. So my Jones, I don't know any in Georgia. I mean, I know it's a lot, but mine's come from Louisiana.
Well, me and Denise have been trying to
Break through
connect.
some of the Joneses too.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if you
Just
guys
like that.
give me your email address, I'll invite you to my tree. Because for me,
Well, you have my email address.
yeah, I have nurses.
The one we use for Ancestry?
Whatever, yeah, that's probably
Okay.
the better one. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I found this because I was doing DNA matches and they had a tree and actually the name H Fortune in the group, his tree is the one that I was able to find this connection from. I broke through. Let me see, Fortune. I have yet to talk to him right here. I blew through this. When I looked at his tree, I was like, hold up, wait a minute, my goodness. So that's why these pedigree charts literally are so helpful. There is the Carolyn, Virginia was heavily with those birds. Oh, you said Jones. Birds and Jones came together, but they were free persons of color. Then when I went on Ancestry and I'm looking for Jones and Virginia, then I'm seeing DNA matches. And then I'm looking at people's trees and looking at other trees. And that's what I was able to build it from that way. Yeah, but these were the oldest ones, actually. Delphi, actually, I think it goes even further back than Delphi.
I'm gonna put my number in the chat as well, my phone number,
Okay.
so that it's in the
Anyone want to
chat.
call you?
Yeah, if anyone
Absolutely.
wants to call me, it's there in the chat. And
We hear
also,
you need to get a Gedmatch. That's what I heard. Mhm. You busted. It's my prayer you now see the power of having Gedmatches.
Let's see.
Denise, do you see the
I'm
power yet?
listening. I hear you.
You
I'm
got it.
on the, I'm typing as I'm listening. I'm on the Jones side.
Okay. You gotta feel the power of the Gedcoms and the Gedmatch.
Yeah, we're coming in on the Taylor and the Jones, the Taylors and the Joneses. So that's what me and Denise come in at.
Denise,
So
yeah. And the Wolfords and the Hootens and the
Waltz
Sweats.
and the Hootens and the Wootens and
We're gonna break through this thing. We're
and the
gonna break through this
Uzels
thing.
and
We're gonna break
the
through this
Uzels
thing.
and the Bezels and all of them guys.
Did you
Okay, so
say
1,
Walton?
2, 1,
Walton or
2,
Walford?
3.
Walford.
Oh,
Wolford,
Walford. I thought you
WOFF.
said Walton.
No, I didn't say
WOFF.
Okay.
WOFFORD.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walton is my maiden name.
It is?
Yeah, Walton is my maiden name.
Oh,
and
Walton. I knew that.
Walton. Yeah, not Walford.
Not
Walton.
Wolford. Okay. So,
Well,
all right.
our one of our grandfathers' name was it Jesse Walford, Denise? Is it the one of the white?
Jesse,
Jesse was a white guy, right? Is that the?
yes, Jesse, yes, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse Walford was and then he had a son named, was it Jesse Jr., I guess?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's who we descend from.
Okay. All right. Did you guys get all of the notes you wanted to get out of the chats before
Oh, no, I'm sending something now.
before we close out? I know you're sending your phone number.
Okay, and then
Norris,
I think it's save chat.
Hmm?
I'm sorry, go ahead, honey.
I think it said, can't you save the chat?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't profess to know absolutely everything technical.
But she said she recorded it, so you
Yeah, I
recorded it,
Okay.
right?
recorded it.
Yeah.
How do we
Um,
get to the recording?
But I'm
Okay.
gonna. I
No,
think
you
I
can
figured it
save
out.
it.
I figured it out. I figured. No, this says upload. I ain't trying to upload. I'm trying to. Oh, this is to upload.
No, you can save the chat if you click on, so it's like a T. Do you see that T and a like a pencil and then the smiley face at the
Yeah,
bottom of the
I see
chat?
the pencil list
Uh-huh.
format,
Okay, keep
file,
going over,
screenshot.
and it should have
I
a
see,
that
and then it
says,
just say save chat. Is that what I do?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Why y'all
Okay.
can save and I can't save? I don't see no save. I see the smiley face for emojis, files.
Keep going. You see the 3 dots?
Oh, under formatting. No, add link, bullet, decrease. That's formatting. Oh, copy, quote, delete.
No, it should be it should be the smiley face, like a
3
piece of
dots.
paper, a square and a plus sign, a
Yep.
down arrow, and 3 dots.
No, not for me, the administrator.
No.
I see high chat and whatever. So
Hold on.
I can copy and paste, trust and believe. I'm that technical.
Okay. Mine has the 2 T, it has the T with the pencil, the smiley face. Then it says file and screenshot. And then if I click, and then it has the 3 dots and it says save chat.
Yes.
And then I click on save chat
Screenshot.
and it says, it just says chat saved.
Maybe they don't think they must don't think I need to save because I'm the admin. I ain't got no special privileges. I need to go watch a video on Zoom. Let me see under more notes.
Yes.
Who's
You see
Tiffany
the
King?
more?
That's
That's who's
me.
been talking to you.
Are you a King? Is that your last name or?
That's my married name.
Oh,
My
okay.
husband is from Casita, Georgia. And
Does he have relatives in Bainbridge?
so we have a huge brick wall. He has a brick wall. It's a real big wall. It's really big. We
Well,
don't know.
I know the Kings. I know there's some Kings in Bainbridge.
So, his grandfather, wait, I think it's second grade. You can't really even tell that he's African American at all. So we know, we just can't figure out. We have a brick wall. I don't know.
Well, yeah, well, I know there's Kings in Bainbridge.
Probably
And
so.
that's not
I mean, there. I think
Pardon?
the slave owner was from North Carolina somewhere, but we just
Oh, okay.
haven't been able to figure it out good.
But you know, they had plantations
Yeah.
in different states.
And somebody did
Mhm.
go to Texas.
Mhm.
But
Tiffany, what is
Yes.
the brick wall? What's the last person you know?
We know his grandfather's name. But then after that, we can't figure out who was his father.
Okay, what
Like,
was the grand? Yeah.
we're not sure. So his DNA comes up for some white kings in Casita, Georgia, Henry King. But the problem is, so after emancipation, it was his grandfather, it was a house full of mulattoes, Kings and Covingtons. And then across town, it was white people living Kings and Covingtons. So we know that, and he actually has family members still living, but they won't talk about it. So we're kind of like, tell
boy,
us.
you get that a lot. Ugh, I hate that.
Yes, tell us. So that's up
Man,
to
Yeah.
y'all.
I just got into an argument with a family member about that.
Yes, you got to tell us so we won't, it's difficult. It's very, and
Yeah,
trying to get older family members to take DNA tests is like pulling teeth.
Yep. Yep. Boy, it's like gold though, if you can get those older people to get some DNA tests.
I know I have an aunt that is 98. She is still living. She has her mind. We have tried every trick in the book to get her to just spit in the cup. We can't.
well, well, you
Tell
can't
Yeah,
her
trick
why
the
tried
don't you
it.
kids.
get a hold of her and see if you can fix her.
I can't fix
know.
my own mama. I am not that person.
But she is my second great aunt. It's like like that is
And that-
unheard of for her to still be living. And she told
yeah, she's
us
a
all
wealth of,
kind of crazy stuff. We were trying hard.
but she's a wealth of information.
She remembers well.
Yeah.
But she told us all that she knows, and we're stuck from there because there's a place in Georgia called St. Louis,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where they came from. I think it's Georgetown, South Carolina. So
Mm-hmm.
we know where the plantation that side of the family came from is still standing. So she tells you what she knows, but she was the baby. But she does tell you
Dang.
what she knows. But we just want her to take a DNA test. We're trying.
When she go to sleep and she look like she knocked out.
We don't want to be in the news for getting jumped on by a 98-year-old.
My mama told me I'm not even gonna put a fork down right here.
Charles, did you put your number in the chat?
No, well, I can, but let's see. No, I'll do that right now though.
Are you on Facebook?
No.
I'm on Facebook a lot.
He's a member of the group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
This
add.
is the
just
best way to
added
reach
you.
me is my Gmail.
Okay, I
Is
just
by
added
Gmail?
you.
Okay.
Well, all right, gang. It's 8:00.
Hold on, I have one question
I
for
got to go to
Charles.
work.
Hold on.
I got to go to work in 4 hours. So
Okay.
Oh no, who got a question?
I do for Charles. Charles, have you ever heard of Halliburton's from like
Halliburton's.
yes.
Well, I know the
Halliburton.
basketball player Halliburton. That's the one I know.
In other words, no.
Halliburton's. Yeah, I've
They're
heard of them, but I'm not related to them. I don't think. You mean the people?
Yes, they were from Oak Grove area in Durham. I was just curious.
Uh-huh. No, I do not know that family. No.
Okay.
Tiffany, did you put your number in the chat?
Yes, it's the 919.
Yep.
Okay.
909. You used to live in California?
No, that's Raleigh Durham area code 919.
Oh, I think you said 909. I thought,
Oh no, 919.
oh, that's Bernardino. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Good night,
by
y'all.
the
I
way,
gotta
just
go
for the
cook.
record.
Yeah, I gotta go to work.
Oh, all right, Nora, it's good to meet you, cousin.
All right, good to meet you too.
Thank you guys so much. I hope this was not a waste of your time.
No, it wasn't a waste of my time.
No, not at all.
No, I enjoyed this.
Nope.
Awesome
Nice
information.
meeting everybody. I'll see you guys next meeting.
Thank you,
All
Nikki, for
righty.
coming.
Good night.
All right,
Thank
guys.
y'all.
Thank
do-
you.
Bye.
Vicky, you
Bye-bye.
do have relatives in Texas, okay? You're looking at 2 of them.
Okay, I won't forget it.
Okay then. All right. We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.